So first of all, let's consider the challenges around data acquisition, and specifically the challenges with EPC data on this slide. So first of all, probably the problem we all know about is that EPC data is incomplete. So it only covers about 51% of properties in this country, and of those that are covered by an EPC certificate, the certificate itself is typically quite old. So an EPC can be active for 10 years before it's marked as expired. What we find is if you add in those properties which have no EPC, which is older than 5 years, with those that have no EPC altogether, the end stat is something like 76%. So 76% of homes lack an EPC certificate that's less than 5 years old, or lack effective data, which is less than 5 years old. There are some more challenges there as well. So there's challenges of how you access that. If you use the government's open data file, which they do give you quite freely, it's one of the few sources which is easy to acquire, but there are countless problems with it. Essentially, there's no normalization when they produce that file. One of the biggest problems within that is that, and all those improvement points they put in there, whether it's cavity wall insulation or solar PV or just changing some light bulbs, they'll use cost data from 2012. So frequently the costs are out of date, costs may be too low because of inflation. Typically they're higher because the tech itself has improved and become cheaper. You can also typically look at fuel savings in 2012. So the only silver lining to a crisis as big as the energy crisis is that it's changed the game for the return on investment of certain retrofit improvements. Again, the EPC doesn't reflect that because it's telling you the fuel savings you'd achieve over 10 years ago. And then lastly, when it comes to looking at your financed emissions, we've got some more data around this later. But essentially, you're using data from 2012 before we saw the decarbonization of the national grid, which ultimately means a lot of lenders still reporting on inflated metrics. There's also no validation with that file, so Kamma's exhaustively gone through and corrected. But we see things like, lack of compatibility between different data metrics, a lack of data, so no certificate references, all certificates not having UPRNs. It's not always updated to be as accurate as you need it to be. And also, we ran emoji bakes, so they take the data in one format through the assessor's iPad or tablet device. That then goes into a portal, which is used to search any certificate. When they produce the open data file, they'll convert it by clicking a button without actually checking the quality of that data whatsoever. And so frequently values are lost